Another day, I'm getting ready to head out to the shop, and I realized something. I haven't updated you guys on the newest fish tank stuff. Fat tank's staying the same. The reef tank is looking good. For those of you who have never seen it, this is my 200-gallon reef setup. It's got some cool stuff in there. But the new things going on here is the other day I was walking around outside with Carla, and we found a couple of baby soft-shell turtles that were literally about to get run over by cars. We stopped, we grabbed them. There was a few bodies of water nearby, but these turtles were in pretty bad shape. They were overheated, they were out in the sun, they were baking on the pavement, and they weren't moving. So we scooped them up, and I actually decided to put them in my brackish water tank, because they actually are good in brackish water. So this is kind of like a rescue center for them. One of them's over here, he's hanging out. He's scared. But it's been a few days and they're really doing well. You can see the other one over here. They're pretty active. They've been eating and just running around. And Scooter hasn't bothered them at all. Scooter's my puffer fish, for those of you that don't know. He's a little puffer, but puffers are pretty notorious for being mean. But he ain't mean to these turtles. So yeah, I've got a couple of soft shell turtles now. Pretty cool. I had turtles when I was younger, and now to have them again kind of brings back that memory. I'm happy with them. But soft shell turtles around here are native. They're pretty cool, and they're different than most turtles that you'll find. All the cooters and snapping turtles and stuff like that. They're kind of different. They have a soft shell, and people actually eat them. I'm not eating mine. I'm gonna help them out for a little while until they're pretty good, pretty healthy, and big enough to fend for themselves, and then I'll release them. But for now, fun little pets. I forgot to mention, we already named them too. That one's name is Snorkelator, and the other one's name is Torquelosnor. That's their names. Alright, let's check in on the Volkswagen. We are about to put the new clutch in right now. You can see the transmission's out. Here's the single disc clutch that's in it right now, and with the single mass flywheel. So we're going to be replacing this with a twin disc clutch now, and that's going to be a heavier clutch configuration than this one, which should eliminate some of the harmonics too, because it has a little bit of play in it. So hopefully with the twin discs, a little extra weight gets rid of the rattling sound, and effectively that should reduce the shock loading of the synchronizers in the tranny. So we'll let them finish that. In the meantime, I'm on the dyno right now tuning a fairly interesting project. This is a BMW that's been set up for drifting somewhat. And he's running a Link ECU with a turbo. Got that hood exit, wastegate, and exhaust, so it's pretty loud. But I'm telling you, I'm never surprised at what people bring me, and hopefully this illustrates the dynamic tuning ability that we have here, because these setups, going from Japanese to American to German, European, all of these cars are so ridiculously different. Every system is a very complex system in itself, and to switch platforms, you have to really have a good foundation for understanding all of these different variances. So excited to help this guy out. Car came literally not running. It was undrivable, and we're on the dyno now. I'm about to make a power pull, so check it out. 301 to the wheel with 339 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty torquey and pretty impressive setup. Should be fun drifting, make all the cool noises. Just an interesting setup. Not as much power as most people would expect. Okay, so the new clutch is in the Golf. This is the twin disc from DKM, and pretty surprising. Well, I don't want to say surprising, we expected this, but I'm pretty happy with what I'm hearing, so to speak. So before, as you can tell, I'll put a little clip here, you can hear the single disc at idle. And now I'm going to start up, this is with the twin disc, so you can see the difference in outside noise. Much quieter. So there's still a little bit of noise, which I did expect, because this is a single mass flywheel. It's just a twin disc clutch. But now the sound is just so much quieter. And over here on the passenger side, you can't even hear it. It sounds like stock, basically. So super happy with that. That's going to for sure affect the longevity of the synchronizers in this transmission. If you are getting a clutch for your TDI Mark 7 Golf, get the twin disc, skip the single disc unless you're just gonna race with it. The twin disc is gonna be better for long-term drivability and also for the longevity of the transmissions with the steel synchronizers. So the big problem is they switched from the 09, or I can't remember what year, but anyway, there's a year that they switched, and the synchronizers used to be made of brass, and they changed it to a steel synchronizer. So the steel synchronizer has more longevity, it just can't handle as much harmonics, and that is the big issue. So big shout out to DKM. They did the right thing and helped me out. We had a concern, and we have solved that concern. So real happy with that. Clutch feel is basically just like the Stage 1, which is not much stiffer than stock. And being a twin disc, I know it's going to have more torque rating now. So I'm going to drive this. We'll see how it is. I do understand that the steel synchronizers may already have been damaged from the 15,000 miles of driving on the single disc clutch. Well, it's actually 14,000. But I still think we're in the clear. We'll see how this lasts. I'm just happy to have this clutch into the Golf. It's a big change. The single disc flywheel is single mass, just like this dual disc one. But now we have a little more mass in the discs themselves. So there you go. More to report later. In the meantime, we also have a load of new cars coming from Japan. So stay put. There should be 7 of them. That's a big order. I think that's the biggest order we've had at one time. So we're gonna see what they bring us, and I'll update you guys.
Oh, yeah, you see the roof? Yo! VIP, baby.
Here we go. Look at this haul. Evo. Skyline.
Motherland.
Is it bad that I'm looking at Evo too?
What's going on here? Oh boy.
Oh my God, my baby.
Oh boy, and look,
Yes.
not just one truck, because one truck ain't enough. We got another truck. Ooh. With
Hi, girl.
This is an excited guy right here.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
For those of you who don't know, this is twin number 2 or 1 or whichever way you want to look at it.
I would consider myself one since I'm older.
That's what I was gonna say.
By 4 minutes.
There you go.
Oh
That's
my
the story.
God. Oh my God. Yes.
And we've got cars galore. So We'll get these down one at a time.
One at a time.
Guy's extremely happy.
Yes.
Because he's got his beautiful S14 now. This is straight off the boat too, so we'll see how they fared. But nice car. That is sold. This FD though, I believe, is still available. We have to inspect this setup and see what's going on. Got some tape holding this down, so probably something wrong with the lock mechanism, but at least they taped it down so it didn't get soaked. And it's got some, I don't know, some kind of wheels on them. We'll have to look that through. It's got a, looks like a Sea West bumper or something on it. This S14 is beautiful. Nismo wheels. Can't see the interior, but oh yeah, that's nice. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. Got a Nardi wheel.
Yeah.
This is clean.
My baby right here.
So you're seeing someone receive their car right off the boat. This is really cool. If you get this experience, you understand what it feels like. We're lucky because we get to do it all the time, but oh, here's the interior of the FD.
This is an RZ.
No, it's not.
Are you sure? Because it's got the big brakes right here.
Bruh. Seats, not RZ.
It does have big brakes though.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's not the big.
No, those are stock brakes, dude. Come on, Marcus.
Dude, I don't know.
Come on.
There you go. That's always the answer. But you're seeing the excitement right here. What's that? Oh, Carlos. Yeah, it's big Christmas.
Yeah.
Ooh, LEDs.
Oh, that bitch got rain guards.
Look at that. Oh man.
Oh, LEDs, Cheerios.
Look at that. LED taillights.
It's got D-Max. This thing's sick. With intercooler.
Beautiful. This is a nice car. Does this car have an owner?
Oh my God, yo, the owner got
Okay, if you are looking for an R32, this is the one you want. Look at this thing, huh? R33 GTR wheels. Ooh, that's nice, huh? Blitz intercooler.
That's
Pop the hood.
13.5.
No. There's a
I
surprise.
can't.
There's a surprise.
Get in there and do it.
There's a little bit of a surprise.
We'll pop the hood and see what's on there.
Oh,
Man,
because they ordered screwed up.
Carlos, what
ordered
you
one from
think?
Japan.
I guess.
33 wheels, I like it.
that's cool, right?
I think the tires tell a story.
Yes, somebody's been tracking that
Someone's
bitch.
had a good time.
Yeah, it's nice all the way to
see
the
under the
side
hood.
there.
You will be surprised when you did.
Yo.
Look at the crank.
For those of you who are wondering, this is a 1-to-1 scale model.
1-to-1, which means it's fucking
Only in Japan. Ooh, look at that cool sticker. Besiege Wise Sports. That's neat.
S13.
Carlos over here posting up. Carlos says it's Christmas in July, and I agree.
It's definitely Christmas.
It is. And we got a little Roadster up there. I believe the Roadster is already sold.
It is. It's getting a turbo kit.
Is it? Okay, so that the Roadster is sold. The S14 is sold. So we got cars that are already gone. So by the time you see this, these cars might all be gone. Dang it.
All right, what do you think? Pop that hood.
Let's see under this hood real quick.
I'm excited.
Look at that.
wow,
That's a minty fresh
That is fucking clean.
turbo
Wow.
SR20.
Fuck yeah. That face.
Tell the good people to go to
Of
horsepowerlogic.com.
course, all day, baby. All
Get your
day.
import right here. We got some toys under the hood.
Look at that. What does that mean?
Got a different cam angle sensor.
No, it's a 34 motor.
Oh yeah, true. Good call. So 34 engine in this 32. Pretty interesting. Interior, let's see. You can see it. Got a wheel and some stuff. Cool. All right, well, regardless, we're gonna let them clean these cars up because they are just off the boat fresh and they need to be cleaned up before we can really show them. And I slammed my finger in the car door, so that hurts. I'm gonna end this video on that note. See you guys again soon.